you could download the LLMs. It's a pretty massive download for them. So you could do DeepSeek or Quen or any of the ones on Hugging Face, and just hook these tools right up into it. It'll be slower, but it should actually work for you locally. I don't know how. I'd be curious to see how fast it could be. So I tried a basic model on my PC upstairs, and it was a crawl. But yeah, you just install a Llama and connect up to that as the provider for any of those tools that take multiple providers.
I've never heard of anybody using Llama.
Well, it's like Ollama. It's a server for LLMs.
Use Facebook.
I've used it. Yeah. People use it. That's what people tend to use for locally hosted LLMs.
I'm putting Gemini on the thinking plan instead of fast or pro. I'm about to ask it a question. So I'm building a mobile platform, and make a long story short, I need to take audio content, whether it's from an audio file or from a video file that has audio, and I need to take the audio, parse it for information related to standard operating procedures for how to complete an objective. And I need to take that data that's relevant for standard operating procedures and shove it into a JSON file. My question is, what tools are available such that this just works without me having to write any significant code? What are your thoughts? This dude is my homie, man. You should have a black voice talking to you too.
Since it's 2026, we've moved past the era of writing messy regex or prompt engineering to get clean data. You can now build this entire pipeline using no-code automation platforms and structured outputs, which guarantee the data comes back in a valid JSON format every single time. Here are the 3 best ways to do this without writing a line of backend code. 1. The Power User Combo, linktomake.com plus OpenAI. This is the most flexible route. Linktomake.com, formerly Integromat, acts as the glue between your mobile app and the AI. How it works: you set up a webhook in linktomake.com. Your mobile app sends the file to that webhook. The transcription: use the OpenAI Whisper module to convert the audio/video into text. The extraction:
Like I said, that's what
OpenAI
GPT
GPT-4
said.
module with structured outputs enabled. You literally paste your desired JSON schema, e.g., objective steps, required underscore tools, and the AI is forced to fill those specific fields. The result: linktomake.com sends that clean JSON back to your mobile platform or stores it in a database like Airtable or Supabase. 2. The all-in-one specialist, Assembly AI plus Lemur. If you want the highest accuracy for technical SOPs, Assembly AI is a beast. They have a framework called Lemur, specifically designed to talk to audio. Why it's great: instead of transcribing first and then sending the text to another AI, Lemur processes the audio directly with LLMs like Claude 3.5 Sonnet. The just works factor: they have a specific structured outputs endpoint. You send the audio file and a JSON schema, and it returns the processed SOP. Integration: you can trigger this via a simple Zapier or linktomake.com step, or even a basic no-code API connector in tools like Flutterflow or Bubble. 3. The AI agent approach, Relevance AI. If you want a managed worker that handles this, Relevance AI allows you to build an agent visually.
You know, why do you need to parse these videos and stuff? I know that I'm sorry to interrupt your agent, but I know that like you want to get the viral marketing thing, but you could literally just use LLMs to generate these lists for you. Like, you just seed like many workflows and things.
You mean have it look up a thought leader and then?
No, just like identify a thing.
Nope.
Why not?
All right. So you know my model.
If it's just about the like marketing thing, then I understand. But
So I want to kill as many birds with one stone as possible. And I try to mimic NASA. You know what NASA does? NASA, they make declarations on what they're going to do. And the majority of the time, if not 100% of the time, there is no monetary return on investment. What they do get out of it is experience, learning, and potentially new ideas that they never even fathomed before that can spawn new industries. That said, I'm trying to adopt the same mentality. So one is like the platform that I'm building. Yeah, it's a platform to help people manage procedures in order for them to be successful and to reduce the fail rate. But I also view this as kind of like Azure, as a suite of tools that they can be assembled to be a solution, or it could be a suite of tools where in a high likelihood that this doesn't really get massive, adoption, which is high, right? That there's a suite of tools that I could pivot to that may have more adoption than the actual platform itself. I probably didn't answer your question, but that's my strategy.
Okay.
And I think this is a really interesting problem to solve because honestly, I consume a lot of YouTube and podcasts. I've never heard anybody discuss this problem. Obviously, there's solutions that Gemini just said that address it. So people obviously thought about it, but I've never heard anybody like discuss it, right? So, and I don't know. I think that will also be useful for like surveillance. I could run this. I could record my phone calls, or I could sell it. I don't know. I see opportunities with taking conversations and parsing it.
Yeah.
And taking the details that you care about and processing it.
That's what all the note-taking apps do. Like Gmeet does that out of the box for you. You'll use Gemini to do transcription, and then it'll write up like a note, like notes for you about all the things that happened in the meeting.
Yeah. So let me answer your question. It's not because I think I understand your intent. It's not about creating a whole bunch of manuals and to put it in the marketplace. That's not going to give me viral adoption. What increases the odds of getting viral adoption is to go after the whales, the heavyweights, and maybe that's too extreme because they have legal action based on what you provided earlier, I think last week in our discussion, where they find out that you copy their content that they sell and that they have their own dedicated platform. That might not go over well. So the strategy likely right now is instead of going after the whales, the heavyweights, the big wigs, kingpins, you go after the mid tiers, the middleweights, people that have maybe 50 to 100,000 followers. And this is targeting people that actually teach how to do something, right? Not just retarded social media influencers that just entertain people. So anyways, you go after the people that have like 50, 100,000 followers and they teach something. And I need to parse their content, pull it into my mobile platform so that when you launch the platform, make long story short, you can see their stuff and you could go through their workflows, their tasks, and the details for the equipment or supplies that are dependencies in order for that workflow to be completed. You fill all that out, and then you reach out to them, tell them that, hey, I really admired your work, especially when you were teaching how to do XYZ. I saw it on this episode of whatever video that you were doing. I was working on a project, and I think that I don't know. I got to word it some way that doesn't scare them. But make long story short, create it for them, what they already taught, and package it and polish it, and then give them the keys, and then say, hey, if you like, you can take over this account that I created for you, and there's a monetary, you can make money off of it by selling what you've already created, and I've already built it for you. You could just take it over the account and just do it like that. I wish I could articulate it a lot better, but
no, I get it. I mean,
yeah,
I get it. Yeah, like I said, but you're building a very difficult thing, which is a two-sided marketplace. It's like, I think you'd have to get those influencers, not only because what the thing is they're going to be doing that is they're going to be marketing this tool for you, but they won't see monetary value until they start marketing it and getting it out there.
That's not true. It's not true.
Okay.
It's not true. So the strategy is the following: is I create the account, I load in their data, I give them the keys to their account. They can go ahead and polish it and make it however they need it, right? They perform alterations on it. Okay. After they do that, they don't necessarily have to market anything. Ideally, it'll probably be in their interest because they already have like 50,000, 100,000, right? So it's already in their blood to do what they do. Yeah. But that's where the affiliate program comes in at, because the affiliate program, it could take one of their followers that admires them and also wants to be up and coming, and they can go ahead and refer that their blueprint or their SOP. They can refer they can make a video or write a blog post and create a link and refer people. Those people click on the link, they automatically get routed to the App Store. And after the app gets installed, based on the metadata that's provided in the App Store, they immediately, the page that has that thought leader's standard operating procedures, it immediately gets loaded, just like that.
I think you're gonna have. I think for this to take off, you're gonna have to directly pay the people to market it initially. Like, you have to get a terminal velocity of users on in a two-sided marketplace. You have to get which is what you're doing, because they'd be buying, like, people would be buying the SOPs, right, or the workflows.
Hear me out. So you can't immediately get on a platform and sell or monetize workflows. You have to build up to a certain number of completed. Make a long story short, and this is what's in the business plan, is you have to have proof that the workflows that you want to sell, you've actually used yourself several times. So after you've executed that workflow, like, let's say 4 or 5 times, then that workflow can be monetized. So I have all this logic in there that for qualifying a workflow, so that, remember the whole gamification part? That's part of it. So I understand the strategy from the market, or from like the creator side. I don't understand how you get people in, or people to pay attention, until you have, this is the problem with, like I said, two-sided marketplaces. So let's say I worked at a company called TCG Player, and they sell cards. Like, I could build a system for posting cards online and selling it, right? I could build a marketplace. That marketplace is only good for buyers or sellers if there's buyers,
and for buyers if they're sellers. Otherwise, it's useless. And so you have to build up a certain amount of like base before it becomes like a flowing thing, unless you get people who will champion it for you.
So here's the thing:
most of course you'd have to pay them.
I understand what you're saying, and I appreciate you trying to help me understand. But that's the strategy is the following. It's a app first, or a tool. It's a tool first to help people go through the phases of completing their
objective. I understand that. I understand that.
Right. So with that said, by default, that's the first thing that they're going to do. Okay. After they write up their standard operating procedure and they attach all the supplies or equipment, then they're like, all right, well, now when I go out on jobs, I could just quickly pull up the blueprint for this particular situation or this job profile. Oh, well, since it's already done and I've already gone through this and checked off the different tasks for each phase of the workflow, damn, I have an opportunity to share this with others, and if people like it, they can download it, and I could get paid for something that I've already been doing, and I'm just sharing, my workflow for the jobs that I do. Like to me, that's a no-brainer.
It's a course or an SOP engine. It's like these exist.
It's a course for someone that actively or has already used it for their own projects. And so it's a tool first, and then it's monetization second for them.
Yeah, but like so explain to me how you take in revenue.
Okay. How does the mobile platform take in revenue, or how does the
mobile platform,
the author of a blueprint,
the mobile platform,
are
they buying the SOPs?
The mobile platform takes a percentage of the SOPs. The mobile platform charges for report generation. So when you one of the features is, and I think I discussed this with you last time, but it was over the phone. Make long story short, when you could generate a report about the specification of how you're going to execute the work, that could also be deemed as a business proposal for clients when you're trying to get their business. And so
the creators are paying is the thing? They buy a pro subscription or something?
Well, there's different tiers, right? They're just like other platforms.
They're gonna subscribe to it.
There's a flexible tier, right? Like there's a free tier that's extremely limited.
It's like Twitter's model.
But if you want to generate a report, you can, but that report's going to have a watermark on it. And so when you hand it to a client, it's going to have a watermark and it's going to have the branding of the platform. If you want to get the watermark off of it, and if you want to get your white label, or if you want to take advantage of the white label feature and have your own branding for Acme landscaping services or whatever it is, then you have to pay for that, right? And then there's different tiers of subscription models, and there's also like if you want to just buy it at once and not have to be held down to a subscription, and you can do that too. But the long story short is there's flexible plans for people and the features that they're interested in.
Yeah, no, I get that. So it's what you're saying is that the creator then pays a subscription. It's like Twitter's model, where you buy Twitter Premium, and that unlocks monetization for you.
The creator can buy a subscription, or the creator can just download the tool for free and just they can load. If they only care about using some type of app as a tool to guide them through the checklist of completing a job, then they don't have to pay anything. they just download it, and that's it. If they want to monetize what they're doing and earn more customers, send customers reports, or send their peers reports or whatever, then they have to pay for that. The more that you want to scale your business, that's what this platform attempts to assist in.
Yeah, so it's the creators that do it. I think you're going after the wrong market then. I think you should be going after businesses.
I am.
Like the businesses, not consumer businesses, but B2B or B2C type businesses. Like, yeah. I wouldn't go for big. Yeah.
So there's Team Sync, aka Fleet Sync. There's give me a second. I'm getting brain fog right now. There's workflows that deal with long running services such as treatment plans. So for example, like what's the example of a treatment plan? I'm staying away from the healthcare industry, but like when you go to a dentist or a doctor, that's long-term treatment. Oh, pest control. There you go. Pest control, they can have a custom treatment plan for a specific customer that lives in a part or a condo or a home or a business. And every 3 months, they come to treat that person's property for pests, right? So that's B2B, and that's something that I plan on addressing.
But the thing is that the viral marketing thing doesn't work with that group because it's an internal tool then.
Yeah, but that's the whole thing. Is it's from the outside looking in, I'm like, Scott, man, you're trying to tackle like the entire like universe.
Yeah.
And I agree. But the one is
I get the platform capability. I want to know what your go-to-market plan really is, and I'm doing a
German World War II blitz. I'm attacking a whole bunch of different fronts all at the same time.
Yeah, and I think you should. I'm just saying. I don't know if you should target content creators. I think you should target small business owners who need a way to do kind of, SOPs for their people. And then in the field, and then they go and they use their phones. But but
my question, I appreciate the feedback, and I appreciate you poking holes in my thought process. I do. But my question is, with the technology that we have now, why does it have to be mutually exclusive?
You can do both. Yeah, the thing is all about your time, right? And how you're going to spend your time and who you're going to go after, because it's not going to be like, I think a lot of this is going to be a little bit of white glove at the start. You're going to have a high touch type thing, because you got to find champions. So like, I would suggest finding 3 people and say that are interested in it, or a set 5 people, some people who are your early adopters, who are your people who you're going to give lifetime free access to, because they're going to help you build the tool and they're going to help you gain traction on it. Because that's what you need people with an audience that are willing to market to their audience. Or the case of a business, you wouldn't need them to market at all, because they would just use it as a tool. But then you could work out the kinks, and the whole thing is, this software is going to be probably buggy or isn't going to meet your needs right away, but we're going to tailor it, or we're going to fix it until we reach product market fit. Once you reach that, then you can expand to the growth phase. But and then the thing is when you do those processes, the idea is you learn things, and maybe you discover something that you're like, actually, no, nobody really needs this tool, but all these people I talked to are actually asking for X. This happened with this company that I worked with back in 2014. Like, the guy was out, he was a salesman, and he was selling something with checks. I can't remember what it was. It might have been digitizing checks or something like that. And he was selling software for it. And whenever he'd have sales calls with these banks, they're like, yeah, we don't really need that. Do you have anything for account switching? And they're like, and he heard that enough times in his interactions with these people. He's like, that's the need. That's what that's a valid need. And so he built that company, and then he ended up exiting, and it was a big success. And so, like I said, I think what you do is you got to find people who are willing to go on the journey for you because they have the need or they want it. They've got that kind of like missing thing. Because I struggle with maybe we just I need to see it in action and how it's going to work. But like a lot of stuff,
I'll send you the next
go to
version
YouTube
of the
University
proposal.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's a huge document, but the question is, you should download the business plan that I give to you, and if you're not willing to read it, which I understand, you can ask Gemini questions about that document, and it's going to answer it, and that's going to save you a lot of time. You can basically have all your questions answered about my business plan. You can have all that answered in 10 minutes by just asking questions to AI as it parses the document for your questions.
I know, and I've heard it, and I've seen the documents and stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of verbosity in there, which you could use an LLM to.
All right, you know what?
Which is what most people are going to be doing for it. Yeah. Let's
do it right now. Give me 1 second. Sorry. Give me 1 second. And were you able to hear my phone?
No.
You weren't able to hear the audio on my phone like half an hour ago when I was playing the black guy, the AI thing?
Oh, no. I heard that. Yeah. Sorry, I thought you meant something else.
All right. So let me.
The black guy. You mean the AI that generated audio?
Yeah, I'll call him the black guy. That's not what I was looking for.
The thing is you need a very simple pitch, I think, too. And maybe you can get that out of asking Gemini about it. But like if you throw people the explanation of it, they got to be able to get it right away, what you're trying to do for them. And I don't get it right away when you explain it to me. Like it's really tough. But the thing is it's a workflow tool, or is it an SOP tool, or is it a training tool, or is it all of those things?
Yes.
But the thing is when you give people like, here's all the things, they get overwhelmed and they don't even know what they're going to use it for then. So it's like you'd have to tailor it to be like, this is your acute need, or this is what I want to do for you. I want to give you another income stream. This is how you're going to do it. This is how you make income. And you can't start with you'll have to pay me for it. It's like I think the platform's got to get traction where people gravitate into it and are willing to pay for it, because it does solve the need. So like I said, I think that finding your let's just say five customers who are willing to be your early adopters and to build some traction for you, and maybe even to start you pay them to use it or something like that, or market it. But that gets your traction going. And then once you get some traction with people on the platform, then you can start saying, all right, you want to do this now? You can sign up to be a creator or a owner or a, what's the persona of would you say it's a creator is your target person? Like that's your persona for the product? This is a target for creators? The best viewers are on LeapPad Russia.
Download PDF.
Thanks, Honorable Voltage HB DDQ.
My name is Scott. I'm on the block. They say who? I say my name is Scott. I'm trying to get this thing. Yo, my machine is quitting on me. Five, 8. Which one's the biggest one? Looks like it's this one right here. This is 11 kilobytes. I assume this.
But let me reduce this for a second. So, one of the things that I use in a video was how to repack my bearings recently. The entire process. And there's a guy who has a video on YouTube, and he lays out all the steps in his videos, and those videos could be clipped into the very distinct sets, organized in things where it's a checklist, in addition to what you need to know or whatever. And I could have used that to be like, rather than digging through his video and finding the time, I could just have on my phone do. If you're going to optimize for mobile, you'd want to have like, all right, you've reached this part.
Yeah, that's what's in there. There's for each phase of a workflow, there's an option to have a video overview that walks you through it, which is kind of similar to a course. But
and there's I would think each step in that process you'd want a separate clip for, which I think is what you said you're doing, right?
All right, so I got to unplug my headset now. Can you talk now?
Yeah.
All right. So ask it a question.
How does, in this double-sided marketplace, how do we actually get people to join it? Because double-sided marketplaces are extremely hard to build. In this business plan, how do we get that? And how do we get creators actually interested if there's no buyers immediately? Thoughts are sporadic. Act like I'm an addict. Rap like I'm addicted to smack. I can't hear it now. Is it responding?
No, not yet. It's processing.
Oh.
Where's the
microphone? Or is this gone? Deep think?
You are 100% right. Building a two-sided marketplace, the classic chicken and egg cold start problem, is notoriously brutal. If there are no buyers, the creators leave. If there are no creators, the buyers never show up. However, the HiveSync business plan relies on a few brilliant battle-tested strategies to bypass the cold start problem entirely. It doesn't rely on the marketplace existing on day one. Instead, it uses a come for the tool, stay for the network approach, backed by forced virality. Here's exactly how HiveSync gets people to join both sides of the marketplace. 1. Single-player utility, come for the tool. Before a planner ever buys or sells a blueprint in the marketplace, the app is highly valuable as a standalone utility. The hook. Planners use the mobile app as a tactical clipboard replacement for day of navigation, timeline execution, and vendor management. Why it works. You don't need a bustling marketplace for the app to be useful. Planners will adopt it just to fix their own logistics leakage and chaotic spreadsheets. Once they are using the tool to run their events, they naturally become the supply side for the marketplace. 2. Group sync, forced virality, the viral mandate. This is the most aggressive user acquisition loop in the platform. The hook, the lead planner, buys the $14.99 Permo agency pass to unlock multiplayer execution. Why it works. To actually use this feature, the lead planner mandates that their 5 assistants, the DJ, the caterer, and even the 10 bridesmaids download the app to stay synced on the timeline. One paid user artificially forces 15 plus free users onto the platform. Those vendors and assistants are now in the ecosystem and can convert into primary users for their own events. 3. Creator-led acquisition, the link in bio engine. You don't have to find the buyers. You let the creators bring them to you. The hook, verified masters and elite planners build their custom blueprints and put the web storefront link directly in their social media bios. Why it works. This is a zero-cost acquisition strategy. Top-tier professionals already have massive followings of junior planners and brides/clients who want their secret sauce. By giving creators a way to monetize their IP, they do the marketing for HiveSync. 4. B2B white glove onboarding, logistics as a service. To seed the platform with high-quality supply, HiveSync acts as an agency first. The hook. The platform charges a $1,000 minus $5,000 plus B2B fee to consult directly for massive event agencies, manually building their custom standard operating procedures, SOPs, into the app. Why it works. By doing the unscalable work of digitizing an agency's workflow, HiveSync locks in heavy-hitting whales on the supply side from day one. 5. The B2B hiring emergency, pro-to-pro lead general. The hook. When an event is actively happening and something goes wrong, e.g., the assistant calls in sick, the lead planner uses the app to hire trusted local freelancers. Why it works. Fear and urgency are massive motivators. Freelancers will join the platform events to build their field tested
ratings. Kill it?
so they
Yeah, kill it. Let me ask you another question.
Okay, hold up. All right.
Explain to me the plan to get the first lead planner into this. What should I do?
You gotta say it louder. Hold up. Hold up. Wait. You gotta say it louder.
Explain to me what my go-to-market plan is. How should I land my first 5 lead planners? What do I need to do to get them interested in an unproven platform?
I'll say it. Explain how I could get my first 5 paying customers on a platform.
Yeah.
What steps would you recommend, or just provide
to get them
consideration
attracted to
get the first 5 paying customers, and the type of customers they would be, since this is a mobile platform that caters to different interests but has something in common when it comes to blueprints? What would you advise? Is that fair?
Yeah. It's so sporadic to act like I'm an addict. I rap like I'm addicted to smack. I got this song stuck in my head. When the roof comes off, where the lights go out, to my head give out, can't shut my mouth.
Getting your first 5 paying customers is the hardest but most critical milestone for any B2B marketplace. For a platform like HiveSync, you cannot rely on automated marketing, Facebook ads, or passive signups to cross this gap. According to Y Combinator's Paul Graham, the core strategy for early stage startups is to do things that don't scale. This means manually recruiting your early users and focusing intensely on a small group to provide an exceptional experience. You must prioritize deep market insights and strong user relationships over broad automation at this stage. Here's exactly who those first 5 customers should be and the strategy to acquire them for HiveSync. 1. The who, the ideal profile for the first 5. While HiveSync caters to different verticals, weddings, funerals, corporate, your first 5 customers should all be from the exact same niche, e.g., 5 high-end wedding planners. The verified master. Look for highly experienced lead planners who are already charging premium rates, e.g., orchestrating $100,000 plus destination weddings. They have the budget, the industry influence, and the team size to trigger your group sync virality later. The overwhelmed expert. You want the planner who is incredibly talented but visibly stressed by their messy spreadsheets and logistics leakage. 2. The how, the acquisition strategy. Do not try to sell them a subscription right away. You need to sell them a transformation, the concierge white glove approach. Do not hand a busy event planner a blank software tool and expect them to build a blueprint. Instead, offer a logistics as a service pilot program. Interview them, take their chaotic Google Docs and PDFs, and manually build their master blueprint for them inside the web storefront. Founder-led sales and direct networking. You must manually recruit these users. Go to where they are already gathering. Attend local chapters of event planning associations like NACE for caterers and events, or seek introductions through high-end venue managers. Pick up the phone and dial local businesses, posing as a startup trying to learn rather than just sell. The beta partner discount. Planners are protective of their proprietary processes. To get them to pay and eventually share their processes, offer to waive your $1,000 minus $5,000 plus B2B setup fee. In exchange, they agree to pay the $14.99 Permo agency pass, run their next 3 events exclusively on the HiveSync mobile app, and allow you to use their anonymized workflow as a featured template in your eventual marketplace. Focus on delight. Your first users should feel that signing up with you was one of the best choices they ever made. You should be racking your brains to think of new ways to delight them, even if it requires heavy manual work. By manually hand-holding these first 5 planners through their next major event, you will gain the exact case studies and field-tested intel needed to attract the next 50. Which specific event vertical, weddings, funerals, or corporate, do you currently have the most personal connections in or knowledge of to start this manual outreach?
Yeah. That's exactly what I said. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's the expert, but like that's like that's like startup 101 is that stuff and that's why a lot of software developers never make traction with stuff, which is why I'd never make traction, because like the cold outreach, that's something I suck at, or I would suck at, or don't like, it freaks me out, and I should probably do it, but it's really not that complicated. You just like, hey, I'm trying to solve a problem for you. Do you have this problem? And are you willing to let me solve it for you? And I'm learning. And you get an early adopter type thing.
Nah, let me not be dismissive of what you said. The approach that I would take is, hey, I've been focusing on this space where there's a huge challenge of people that are trying to deliver XYZ, and it's very challenging because things aren't necessarily spec'd out to reduce risk and ensure a high probability of success. And I know several people that have failed due to some unexpected surprises. But what I'm trying to solve right now, and I think I'm at the point of releasing a beta version, is to address these very needs, where from start to finish, you will be guided just like Imagine TurboTax, but for the specific work that you're doing for your customers, so that you can follow a plan, you can share that plan with your customers, and everybody is on. Yeah, so you try to sell them a solution, not necessarily, hey, I want to learn by effing up on your time in your business. So
yeah, well, the thing is a lot of people, if there's an actual need, people are willing to not to get messed up the first time, if they see the potential. That's the idea behind a beta user, is that they know things are going to not be great or buggy or aren't going to fit exactly, but they get to shape it, is the thing. They get to be the customers who say, all right, this is what I actually want or need. Then you take that as real feedback and adjust the workflows and things to match them until you reach that fit. And once they're comfortable with it, it's battle tested, and then you can actually sell it as a, hey, these are the people that we work with. That's what you see on all the sites, like their social proof. Like, I work with this company and this company and this company, and they brand it that way because you feel better about it if you know that some people are having success with it. But like I said, it could work the other way. I mean, you never know. But yeah, it's just it feels like the same trap that engineers often go down, is I'll just build a product that's undeniable. But the thing is that people build on relationships and stuff like that. That's how things actually sell. I think in the real world it's relationships. It's built, and that's the two startups, real startups, like earlier stage startups that I've worked with. They're going and they're selling directly to people, and they're having high touch, and they're having early adopters that help them build it out.
So the biggest struggle I would have is the questions that you've been asking, because this platform has so many features that it's hard to like sum it up in like one sentence.
Yeah. That's what I was getting to, is like people like simple. Like, they want to know what it does for me, and they want to know how it solves it, and they want to know if they're guinea pigs or not, I guess. But like I said, I think people are willing to do it if they have a need.
Right. So it's the same thing with like Azure AWS. It's really an umbrella of like 1,000 tools. And so it depends on the persona of that individual. Depending on that individual and what they do, they're going to get a different pitch. It's not a one size fits all. For the mobile phlebotomist that drives to people's houses to draw their blood and send it to a lab, it's a standards and procedure, or standard operating procedure, for taking people's blood and being notified of weather alerts and traffic alerts that may impede you making it to your client's home or business on the time agreed upon. And also it notifies you of the pre-prep for preparing to draw. Like, it depends on the people.
I get the idea. Yeah, I get the idea. I just, like I said, the it feels like the go-to-market or to land your first customers, like you need a strategy for that, and to build out that strategy. Do it with because like the growth hack and all that stuff are things, but you need to have that seed to validate first. And once you get product market fit, then you can expand it really, really quickly. That's how these things grow. Like the company that I work for now has pivoted, a couple of times in the way that they structured their business because of feedback and because they're recognizing where they fit in the market and what they're trying to do. And so they pivoted from one particular type of ideal customer profile or client profile or whatever to different ones, and that's how it goes. But I mean, this is just me observing what people within these companies, startups do, and looking at all the literature around it. It's all the same kind of thing. Is you do high touch, you do focus niche, you solve it for them very well, and then you grow. And then you if you can't, which means you didn't find product market fit, you pivot. Or if the market's too small for you to actually, make money off of. Mm-hmm. So I said I'd spend some time with your business plan, focusing on your initial one of landing the first customer, because that's the hardest part. Once you get a paying customer, everything changes. But you got to get that first one or two, and it has to be like beyond. I think it has to be on the beta users that would help you actually build and make sure that the thing is valid and good.
I understand that you and Gemini are both saying the same thing, but I'm telling you, and I think you agreed, I've built products that aesthetically did not look great, and they still sold without me marketing anything. They were just found in the App Store, and people paid for it. Yeah, and then emailed me for additional features and to support it.
Yep. Yeah.
So I don't necessarily think that when I release it, and I'll make a couple of videos that are quality enough to demo it, but I don't think that no one's going to download it and find it useful. I think people will, and then I could just zero in on them, because now I have their account information and I can pick up the phone and call them, or at least send them a text message.
Then you need a marketing plan.
I've done that before with my marketing plan. My Quote Builder app. I literally looked at my database in SQL Server, saw people's email addresses and phone numbers, and I picked up the phone and called them. So
which is great. Like, people like, hey, yeah, how do you like the app? People like that kind of stuff. Like, they feel heard and that they're important. That's a marketing plan. Like, putting the app out there and hoping for downloads is one thing, and the app store is sort of saturated. It's a different world than when we started with Windows or whatever. But yeah, it's like, how do you, because you did well with Beach Mobile. Like, you got customers with Beach Mobile. You did. You still do.
No.
But you marketed it.
If you're saying that, Scott, you can grow Beach Mobile if you put effort into it and energy that you put into other things.
I'm not saying it's back. I'm saying, like, do the same thing you did. Market it. Have a marketing blast. If you're gonna do it, find the niche that you're targeting and do a targeted marketing blast to them, using the tools in Facebook or
I should enter
wherever.
That's an idea. So since the last customers claim that they want to come back for Mother's Day weekend to the beach, then I don't know when Mother's Day is, but that could be a blueprint that I
It's
enter
this
in
weekend.
there. And it's this weekend?
Sunday. Sunday's Mother's Day.
Oh.
Which reminds me, I don't have anything. I'm so bad at giving. So.
I gotta buy some chairs.
Yeah.
Those chairs are expensive. Chairs are $200 a piece, man.
Or don't. I mean, be like, I don't have the chairs. But yeah, it's this weekend.
I'll send them a text message, see if they still want to.
Yeah, I feel like if I had your like willingness to go, like, dude, you've got a great asset in that you're willing to pick up the phone and talk to people. I tell my brother-in-law this all the time. He'd be great in sales because he gets very knowledgeable about things and he explains them pretty well. And I'm like, you don't know how rare that is, that if you're willing to actually pick up the phone and talk to people, like, that's half the battle. Like, not being afraid of rejection and no's and I don't really, stop calling me type things, or please take me off your list type things.
Like, yeah, that affects me too.
Yeah. Like, if you're not afraid to do that though, or to, the rejection sucks, but if you're not afraid to reach out to 100 people.
Yeah, but the thing is I chase leads, meaning I tend to focus on people that seem like they're struggling, and so I want to help them. It's not like a blind, like, hey, download my app, you 16-year-old girl. Like, no. Like,
it's targeted marketing. It just makes sense. I mean, it's a thing, but that's what I would want to hear is your plan to get the first 5 early adopters, then your next 50 actual users, because user acquisition is really hard, because you have to, in a world of options now, you gotta say, what am I giving you? But if you're focusing on people with problems, that's a good thing, because that's what you need to do, is put a product out there that has no need. So
yeah, I gotta get ready to. I gotta get an oil change. I have an appointment at 9:30.
Oh yeah.
What are you gonna do? Are you gonna try to figure out how you can help me, or are you gonna work on your bench?
Work on my table.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what I would do to help you, honestly, other than. Yeah, really, I don't even know what I would do. Unless you need someone to look at your web design. I guess I could help with that. But
I need the program to, which I think they said assembly.ai with Lemur or something like that. I need that program to consume videos or audio. And build JSON files that the app will consume. No. All right. I gotta throw on some clothes and hop on my motorcycle.
Gotcha.
So, hey, Gallner. I need his feedback.
Maybe next week.
Well, I appreciate the feedback. I know I'm stubborn, but.
Yeah, I wish you the best. I mean, with it, it's like, I'm not doing it to try to knock it. I think you have the chops to get it done. I think you just need to focus on something, and that's the thing that I think you're lacking, is just the focus on, this is the people I'm targeting, this is the initial pass I'm going to do, or this is the marketing plan I'm going to put together, and this is how I'm going to get people into it, because you got to get that. Because the viral stuff comes after you've landed the first few, right? It has to have a growth effect, but those first few are really hard to get, because there's just options and people are busy and all that. So, but I think you could do it. I think you can.
I
know
don't think
you
it's as difficult. I don't think it's as difficult as you think it is. The amount of features that I'm packing into this app to help people with timing and traffic and missing details regarding it's packed with intelligence, man.
And that's the other thing is
I think what people
incorporate AI into it.
No, I don't care about that part yet. I mean, Gemini says I should, but no, I'm going to hold off on that part. I'll add that part when I actually start making money. But I don't want to spend unnecessary expenses, token expenses for something that
you don't have to. Just bring your own key. So you bring your own key plan, and then you switch later to have
just limit the hell out of it.
What? No, it's
the part that I'm yeah, but you bring my own key, but people are still hitting the API with my key, right? So I still have to provide some type of rate limit. What do you mean no? What's that mean?
No, so if you build a product with AI, like I'll give you an example. This Novel Crafter.
Have them supply their key? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's what Novel Crafter does. It's a tool for writing stories and stuff like that, and you can use it just as a tool with that. If you want the intelligence features, you bring your own key, you drop it in. You do pay for the ability to put in your own key.
I did that with the. I built I built an app for Coinbase for Windows 8, and but it required people's people's like API key or whatever. And I mean, I didn't do. Obviously, I don't take advantage of people. But I saw when I was looking at the comments in the app store for it, they're like, "Do not provide your API key. This guy is going to take it." But yeah, how do you do that securely? You have to use like OAuth or something.
Well, you do it. A website you run it locally in the app. I mean, you run it locally, probably in the app itself.
My app
the features directly.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, for a key, my app can't know the actual value of the key. Wouldn't it have to rely on some federated sign-in OAuth solution to keep the actual key value away from my app? You know what I'm asking? Like, it's a security concern if people
you keep it all local on their phone. Or like, I trusted Novel Crafter with it. I put my open router key into it.
That's because they're probably a stable business that has too much to lose if they decide to do something nefarious, right? I like that word. That's my new word, nefarious.
Well, they're a business, but they got the social proof behind them. So that's the problem with it, is you got to build the social proof that this is a legit thing. And you do that by finding your first customers and then having your what's it called? What is it when people like they go out, they like are quoted on your website? It's like your it's not your portfolio. Testimonials. Yeah, you get testimonials, and that's a way to sell. Be like, look, these aren't fake people. You can call them. Like, they can talk to you about it if you want, probably, or you could find them and find their business and do your due diligence if you want to do due diligence to make sure that this is a valid thing. Go ahead,
Yeah, Sean.
He'll give you a testimony.
You can donate your time and build a proof of concept for that transcriber, whatever you want to call it. And we could discuss it next Friday.
Yeah. All right. Well,
have
a good week. Have a good Mother's Day.
Thanks for the feedback. I'm gonna send that guy a text to see if he's really serious, because I don't want to blow like $1,000 on chairs and like they don't show up, and that's just more inventory space taken up in my crib. So
yeah.
All right.
Thanks.
Thanks.
See ya.
See you.
Goodbye.
Bye.